Hello, everybody, and welcome to 2025. That's right, folks. This is Where Mighty Things 22, presented by Wearable Fandom. This is a podcast where we talk about all things connected to the Roosevelt's clothing brand. My name is Dustin, and I am your host. Fandom, fashion, and friends is what we're all about here at Where Mighty Things. And if that sounds like fun, you came to the right place. Now, let me welcome for the first time in the year 2025 my amazing, incomparable co host, Mr. John Madigan. John, Happy New Year and happy 2025, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing good, my friend. Happy New Year to you as well. How are you doing?
We're starting our second year of podcasting together. Can you believe it?
Dude, I cannot believe it. It is almost a year. We met in the beginning of 2024 at MegaCon, and yeah, salute to us, man. This has been a ride. This has been it's been a ride, and really happy to celebrate this milestone with you and keep the party going, man. How did you celebrate your New Year's this year?
Well, I actually took it a little bit easy. I was in Vegas the days leading up to New Year's, but every pro traveler knows that you get out of town when it comes to New Year's for Vegas. So you can party close to the line, but you never cross the line. And so I left on the 30th, came back and had a relatively quiet celebration here at home. How about yourself?
Yeah, I was at a bar on New Year's Eve, and we drank, and then we went outside, and we they had a bunch of these like party poppers and confetti
Nice.
things and whatnot. We banged some pots and pans in the middle of Brooklyn, and it was a good night, good food, good drinks, good people, and just rang in the new year. But as soon as like 12:20 hit, I was out of there and I was going back home. I was not staying open. The bar was open. So in New York, you actually need an all night pass. You need a thing
Oh,
from the state to allow you to actually stay open all night. And the bar had it. They were going to open 24 hours and then cook breakfast for everybody in the morning. So there were people
oh,
from the bar
outstanding.
from like, oh, absolutely, all free, no cover charge, no nothing. And they provided dinner too the night before, like at like 10 o'clock the night before. They provided dinner. They had a whole spread out, no cover. You just go in and take, and it was really nice and cool. But I was not staying there till 6 in the morning for free breakfast. That was my line. 12:20. I went home. I'm going to bed. I did want to ask you though, because this is kind of a debatable topic, and I know we have a lot to get into. We don't want to bullshit too much. But when it comes to watching, New Year's Eve on television, there are definitely some good television, live broadcasts. People, companies doing their thing. Which is the
Sure.
one? What did you follow? What did you watch, and what did you watch growing up? Was there a certain
Hmm.
one that that your family followed? Yeah, we were in
That's a
my
really good
house. We were
question.
yeah, we were. I mean, and also, I mean, being in New York City, it's a little different for me. So, you know, Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, like that was the one you watched. Like anything else, you didn't turn that on. But now I feel like there's a bunch of different options to pick from. I'm not sure how
Hmm.
how it worked back then, but I mean, I know nowadays there's a lot of different options. So, I still watch Dick Clark every year. Ryan Seacrest, whatever. Um, but what about for you? What do you guys? What do you turn on to?
Yeah, I mean, Dick Clark was a really big one for a long time. I really feel like he was the only option, like you said, and so that was the one. This year, I definitely watched a lot of CNN because they had Anderson Cooper
Cooper and
and
Andy
um,
Cohen. And
and Andy Cohen
honestly,
from Bravo on there.
I watched the clips of that, and that looks hilarious. They honestly look like they're
Yeah,
having a good time,
well, they're
and
drinking
I
and
like
they're
it.
slowly getting drunk, and Anderson Cooper is such like a straight laced guy. Watching him slowly get giggly and drunk is a lot of fun and very entertaining.
Yeah, I'm agree with you. So is that what you watched this year? Did you watch CNN?
Mostly, yeah, mostly that, and then just kind of channel flipped a little bit in between to see if anything else interesting was going on. But for the most part, that was the one, and it seemed like everybody was having a pretty good time. I would not have enjoyed standing in the rain in Times Square though, and it was raining for
Oh
the
dear
majority of the
lord.
evening there. It was what a mess.
Yeah, no, no New Yorker has ever done any of that bullshit. We joke. I'm not. I'm not going to Times Square. That's not happening. Real New Yorkers know, stay away from Times Square. You're not doing.
Yeah,
Don't do
yeah.
that. It's an all day thing. You got to get there at like 3 in the morning or something stupid like that, and then that's it. Once you're in your pen, that is it. You're not. You can't leave. There's no bathroom. There's no.
Yeah.
you can't eat any, like, that's it. You're done. You just stand
Yeah.
there all day. That sounds like hell on earth to me.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, whether you're here for the 22nd time or the very first time, I want to remind you guys you can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcast. To receive all of our content updates, please drop us a subscribe here on YouTube and ring the bell for notifications so you get those new content pieces as they drop. Have you got thoughts on the show? I mean, we've been talking for 5 minutes and maybe you love it, maybe you hate it. Well, email them to us at wearablefandom@gmail.com. We'd love to get your messages and find out what you think about the show, how we can make this more valuable to you. Now, John, of course, we've already started talking about the New Year celebrations, and we'll probably have a few more things to say. It's time, John, for us to put to bed the top 24 of 2024 ranked. We are here to reveal our list of top 24 items. And of course, the Roosevelt's drops don't stop. We've got our first exclusives from the New Orleans Fan Expo, as well as a couple of drops coming already for Roosevelt's in 2024. Powerpuff Girls came out this week. Spider-Man drops tomorrow. We'll talk about both of those things. But before we do, for the first time in 2025, John, what are you wearing, my friend?
I am wearing your favorite hoodie. This is the Roosevelt's Octo Cooler hoodie, which I love this design. I have contemplated getting this design tattooed on me because I
Wow.
love it that much. And I love this hoodie because it took so much work for me to get this hoodie. And I feel like I may have told the story in the podcast, but I had to order this hoodie 3 times from Roosevelt's website for them to fulfill it. I ordered this and they canceled it 3 times on me before they actually, I guess, found it. I think because
Wow.
you can check the inventory on Roosevelt's website. They only had one. Every time I ordered it, they only had one. And so I think it was just lost somewhere in the warehouse. And then when I went to go order it, they couldn't find it. But when they would do their inventory checks, it must have been in a box randomly. It must have just been in the wrong spot. So it would pop up on the website. I go to order, they couldn't find it. So the third or fourth time was the charm where I finally ordered it. It's like when I got that shipping notice, like I was like, yes, like, just keep trying and good things will happen.
That
But
is
what
awesome.
about you, my friend? What are you wearing today? A shirt that I feel like we might be talking about a little bit later today. Hint, hint, wink,
Yes,
wink.
yes.
Um,
Up top, I'm rocking the Hoboken to Tokyo hat. I like this hat quite a bit, so I'm not wearing my normal San Francisco Giants hat. And this is the Flying Ace. It's Snoopy as the Red Baron's first shirt. It's one of my favorites from last year. It was great to get a Snoopy drop, a Peanuts drop, but also a Snoopy
yeah.
drop. And this shirt may appear again here when we start talking about the top 24 of 2024. I've got to admire though that Steamboat Willie hat that you're rocking too.
Yes.
I actually
I forgot to
have,
mention it.
yeah, I have the shirt and I have the jacket, but I don't have the hat. So
You need the hat.
that would complete. I need the hat to complete it all.
You need the hat. You need the hat.
Yeah, I got
Got
to
to make
find
that
somebody who
happen.
has that hat. So, well, let's dive into it, John. We've got a lot to talk about. New Year's. Are you a resolutions person? I mean, I feel like we brought this up, but did you make any resolutions for New Year's for
I
2025?
did make I did make some New Year's resolutions. And, there's a few things that I would really like to accomplish this year. The biggest one though is I would love a career. I would love I don't we don't get too personal in terms of our jobs and what we do. Some people think that we just do this as our job. Maybe
Mhm.
and I wish that was the case. I wish I could just talk to you once a week and then all my bills are paid. But no, I have a fairly boring job, and it's good for what it is for right now. But I would like a career. I would like a much better job, something that I can really work forward and work higher up in, and really do something different. I mean, so if I have one resolution and one wish for 2025, it's to get a career, stop working at my job that I am right now. What
Awesome.
about you, my friend? What's your big resolution? What are you hoping to do this year?
Yeah, I think I've shared before that I work in themes. So my themes this year are about reading and about health. And so I'm already trying to be much more active in taking walks and doing exercises just to make sure that I keep the level of fitness that I've got now and maybe even improve on it over the course of the year. And then I just like to read more. I've always loved reading. I read historical stuff. I read fiction. I pretty much like reading comic books. I mean, if it's got words, it's my stuff.
It's
So
got
I'm going to
words,
read a
right?
lot more. If it's got words, it's my jam. So I'm stoked. So I'm going to try to read and be more mindful of my health and well-being.
You know, it's funny that we bring this up. You know, I was never when I was younger. I liked reading a lot of autobiographies. I don't know why, but that was
Mm.
just my thing. That was my jam. But what I really do, and I still do this today. Maybe this is something you do. Is I will go down a Wikipedia dive and I will just start reading entire Wikipedia articles. It's like
Oh
so
yeah.
if I just want to learn, and I know Wikipedia they say is not the most, you know, it's not the biggest source. They're not everything on there is correct, but I think for the most part they get things right. And I will just like if I want to learn about a topic or learn about something, I will just go on Wikipedia and I will read the entire thing. I will go down. Is that something you've ever done before? Have you just like, oh, you
Oh
can't sleep
yeah.
one night? You're like, let me just. Wikipedia's got some interesting stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't actually need to have insomnia in order to dive into Wikipedia. To be honest, like I'll just find something and I'll be curious about it and try to find the date and the citation of when something happened, and then it'll just hyperlink me through, and I'll be like, oh, paella, where is it actually made? Like where is it originating from? Things like that. And then next thing I know, I've been on there for a couple hours. It's really great to have the information in Wikipedia structured that way so that you can it allows you to keep following and pulling on the threads until you get to a really tasty endpoint. So I love doing that stuff. Yeah.
Definitely. Um,
Cool.
but yeah, really, really, really glad to do 2025 with you, and we're gonna kick it for our first episode, baby. Let's do it, man.
Yeah, yeah. Now we're gonna switch up our topics just a little bit. We'll close out the show with the top 24 because that's going to take the majority of the time, and it's a great way
Sure.
to just make sure that that we end on a great note. So let's really quickly talk a little bit about the first exclusives that we saw for the New Orleans Fan Expo. Did you get a chance to look at the three shirts, the Big Easy, the N1 Starfighter, and a brand new, John, Floral City, New Orleans? These look like Series 3 florals that'll be
Yes.
available starting this weekend, January 10th through 12th in New Orleans, or
Yes.
Nolans, as they say.
I did get a chance to take a look at it, and just real quick, just while I have you on here and we're talking about this, will I see you at trivia tomorrow night? By the time this episode's posted, it's already been done. But DTH
That's
trivia is
true.
coming back. I don't know if you've ever taken a part in DTH trivia.
I
Oh my
will
god,
take part of it,
DTH!
but tell us about it.
So DTH trivia is a lot of fun, and I've done it. I've done it a few times, and oftentimes they give away something that we haven't discussed on the show called the golden ticket, which I have never personally won before.
Well,
But it is, but essentially, and like I said, if I haven't won it myself, but the my understanding of it is that a golden ticket essentially allows you into a drop early. So if a drop, a drop is announced. Let's say the Powerpuff Girls just came out, and
right.
you really want to make sure that you get something in that drop. Well, you message however you redeem it. I'm assuming it's just terms of contacting someone, and
Mm-hmm.
you'll say, "I want to redeem my golden ticket," and this is before the drop happens. They show you what's available. You can purchase whatever you want. They will send it out to you, and you don't have to worry about whether or not it's going to run out or anything. You get in before everyone else, and you get to see it before everyone else as
Wow.
well. So you don't get the shirt for free, but essentially you don't have to worry about it running out of stock or anything like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
So that's my
That's pretty
understanding of the golden
incredible.
ticket. Yeah, and
Wow.
I've seen them do that a few times. And so DT's trivia, there'll typically be some sort of theme around the questions. They haven't announced what the theme is going to be, but it's usually like a Zoom call or Google Hangouts or however they do it. And people will typically hold up. DTH will be there, and he'll be asking questions. People will hold up signs and with their answers, and it's actually I love the way they do it. They actually don't declare a winner right there and then because the whole thing is actually being recorded, and they actually go back and review the footage, see who showed it up first, and see who actually got the correct answer, make sure no cheating or anything else is involved, and then they'll message that winner privately and let them know, oh hey, you won DTH trivia, Um, so really excited for. I'm definitely going to be taking part in DTH trivia, and I really hope to see you there, my friend.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun, and I'll definitely want to dive in. Let's take a look at these shirts individually here. We got the Big Easy, which is a fleur-de-lis focus. It's got a lot of the really key items that you see in New Orleans theme. It's black and gold. There's a lot of really fun, just sort of iconography that you would see in and around New Orleans. I think this shirt is a really nice exclusive starting off on Friday. What's your take, John?
I think it's a great exclusive. I think first of all, let me just say New Orleans, from last year to this year, got some fire exclusives. I mean, they really make sure they get some heat from New Orleans, which is, at least in my opinion, a smaller convention. So, I mean, maybe there's just some HQ love for New Orleans, or just there's just a lot of things to think about in terms of what they can do in terms of New Orleans. But really happy for them that they get some great some great designs, and I would love to see more city specific shirts like this. Something that's that's really just means something like to New Orleans. Selfishly, I would love a New York one, but but for everybody, I think if we can get something that really means something to the people who are there, I think that's something special.
San Francisco, please. Like, this is the second New Orleans shirt. There was a floral last year. There's this one. The French Quarter is a New Orleans shirt. So there's 3 city-centric New Orleans shirts, 0 San Francisco shirts.
Yeah.
Come on now. Spread the love.
And I don't think this would sell well, but please, when you come to New York, Beastie Boys shirt. I would kill for a Beastie Boys shirt.
Oh, that would be
never going to happen. I would love one. I don't know if it would sell well, but I don't care. I selfishly want it. So come on, get that Beastie Boys license. This can't be that expensive. Come on.
There we go. We go.
But I love to see more of these type of shirts.
Yeah. Let's move on to the N1 Starfighter. Now, the N1 Starfighter is actually the cruiser that Anakin flies around in at the end of the Phantom Menace, and it's a nice looking setup here. This is a predominantly it's a busy shirt because it's got interleaved starfighters. What'd you think of this one? I know you're not a huge Star Wars guy, but what'd you think of this one?
Great design. I think this is a great work shirt. This is very appropriate for the office kind of thing. I saw some people online comparing this to the MCO carpet shirt. That's some people actually say they like this better than the MCO carpet shirt, which is a little surprising. I kind of like the MCO better. They just kind of get a feel for it. I think this is not a John shirt, but I think it's cool. I'm not going to knock it. I think this is a great, slightly more business attire. You can kind of get away with this in the office or in some sort of professional setting shirt. It would take a little bit more to figure out exactly what's going on. Kind of hoping the pocket matches on this too, like they kind of show it in the picture. I don't know if it will or not.
That would be outstanding. That would be outstanding. Yeah.
I'm hoping the pocket matches like we see in this design. And I'm hoping I would like to see, just in general in 2025, can we get actual pictures of the shirts, please? These mock-ups. I'm not. Is it that hard to get pictures of the shirts? I don't know. That's just me, man.
I mean, they must have got a quality control version that they could use, but again, that means setting up a photo shoot, and so maybe it's just disproportionately hard, or perhaps they don't want people stealing the designs. I don't know, but like when we get a chance to ask them in person, we should definitely say, hey, yes, can we please get photos of these shirts, because
it's interesting.
They always pop much better in person.
We only get this for con exclusive. Whenever it's the Roosevelt shirts on the website, we almost never get a mock-up design like this. Never.
Yeah.
So for some reason they split it up like that. I don't know why. But moving on the Floral City, New Orleans, I have explained on the show probably too many times to count. Anybody who knows me, I'm a sucker for purple. So I love a purple shirt. I must say though, the lines on this shirt, if you look in the background, they're the lines that I like what we're doing with the New Orleans, and I like that we have that. But instantly it reminded me like this would be a good seersucker shirt. That was the first vibe that I got from this. I kind of wish this was seersucker instead of Kuno. How do you think? I
thought about that when I saw it. Actually, I thought it was seersucker, and then I got a little bit of a closer look, and I was like, "Oh, that's actually the backfield and the gates and things like that they want to show off."
Yeah, but I was kind of hoping it would be seersucker.
Yeah,
We
it
haven't
would be
gotten
cool.
a con exclusive seersucker yet, have we?
No, actually, what about that up shirt though? Wasn't the third party up shirt from San Diego? Wasn't that a seersucker shirt? Maybe I'm
Nope.
misremembering it.
That was there was an up seersucker shirt, but that was a normal drop. The up
Okay,
sign quest exclusive from San Diego was a Kunu.
so many shirts, it's too little time.
This is our first look at a Series 3 floral. Over the past year, you've been very critical on the Series 2 floral. Now, I don't know if you need to see a couple of these examples to kind of get a whole feel for, if you think the Series 3 floral is going to be for you. But just based off this one alone, are we happy with this in comparison to the Series 2? Or are we kind of feel like this is not what Dustin wanted?
Yeah, this is really interesting. So the Birds of Paradise, which is the Series 1 florals, the first ones from a couple of years ago, those are still the best one. This one is a little bit different than last year's florals, of course, but you look at the pocket and you can see that hibiscus flower there that's not really matched to the rest of the backfield. If it matches, maybe. The colors here are cool and they're appropriate to New Orleans, and so I don't have any issue with the actual color scheme. But I need to see a couple more of these. Like I'm going to need to look at what they do with this design to see. Right now, this is not the strongest example. The biggest variable for me is the lines in the background, because I don't imagine that they would use the gates, those iron gates, the same way for other cities as they're using them
Of
here.
course. No.
I think that the backfield will be the thing that changes the most. So still a wait and see, but was not blown away by this other than the color choices.
Fair enough. And I'm excited to hear your thoughts on where Series 3 florals are for you.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So then that covers off on the New Orleans Fan Expo exclusives. Now, John, we also had a missive from the city of Townsville, which, do you get that reference?
That Powerpuff Girls.
Yes. I love that it's the city of Townsville. Like Brooklyn. Brooklyn is the city of
Yes.
Townsville.
There you
So
go.
we got the Powerpuff Girls, and something that was really amazing. Craig McCracken, who's the creator of the Powerpuff Girls, posted directly into Roosevelt's Insiders about it. Did you see that message from
Yes,
it? It was amazing.
I did see that. That was really, really, really cool. Sugar, spice, and everything nice. Did you grow up with Powerpuff Girls?
Ding, 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 ding. Yes. Dun, dun, dun. I'm Mojo Jojo. I have a lot of great memories. But who is your favorite Powerpuff Girl?
Oh, it's got to be Blossom, of course.
Buttercup, baby. Really, Blossom.
I'll fight you on this.
Ding,
No,
ding, 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 ding. Yeah, it's super good.
So truthfully, I wasn't truth. So I'm just bullshitting here. Truthfully, I was
Aw.
not. I was not. I just know the name Blossom. I was not. I've seen Powerpuff Girls before. I, truthfully speaking, was not really a Cartoon Network kid growing up. The Cartoon Network. I was a Nickelodeon baby. I was a Nickelodeon baby all day. Kenan
Face.
and Kel, all that. Rocko's Modern Life, all that stuff. Doug,
Cat
my
dog.
God, Cat Dog, Rugrats. It. Like that was my jam. That was me growing up. Cartoon Network for me was the channel you turned on when nothing else was on. Primarily the two shows.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry. Primarily though, the two shows that I watched from Cartoon Network growing up, like a lot, was Ed, Ed and Eddie,
Okay.
The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, and occasionally Camp Lazlo. Camp Lazlo was a little bit later on.
Cartoon Network had a lot of great shows. I mean, they had
I know.
Teen
It just
Titans,
wasn't.
Adventure Time.
I know you love Adventure Time. I know you love you.
Ben
You built that
10.
whole drop.
Ben 10.
That was my
You know?
brother. My brother was into all that. My brother was a Cartoon Network baby.
Okay.
I was Nickelodeon. My dad messed me up. My dad introduced me to The Simpsons when I was 9, and I never looked back, and that was it.
Well, that's not a bad place to start from animation. So, okay.
No,
Did you get a chance to look at the drop though? Did you get a chance to check out
yes,
this? Yeah. What'd you think?
Yes, I did. First of all, always gotta say, always happy when we get ladies cuts. saw some disappointed insiders that we didn't get youth or preschool, and I get it. But is the Powerpuff Girls still going on? Is that
Yeah, I
still
mean,
is that
they're
still active?
cartoons, so they get to live forever, to be honest.
Sure. No, I meant our new episodes coming out. Have they revived this? Is this a
No.
thing going on?
Not to my
No.
knowledge,
Okay.
no.
Okay. Yeah, we got two dad hats. And that's really cool. I know a lot of people like the dad hats. I more like the TLB hats. But I think that's really cool. The t-shirts are super comfortable. I think to the shocker of nobody, you know exactly what my favorite shirt was. There was essentially one shirt in here that is 1,000% a John shirt. That even
Yes.
though I didn't necessarily grow up with Powerpuff Girls, I would 1,000% wear this just because I love the design. I don't have to necessarily know everything about something to buy a shirt because
Sure.
I just love the design. I'm all for it. And that is the Citizens of Townsville shirt. I saw that shirt, instantly reminded me of the 90s Nickelodeon shirt. I just love these mashups. I really hope that we get a Cartoon Network mashup shirt, kind of like how we had the 90s Nickelodeon shirt. Truthfully, I really hope number one thing would be a Disney mashup shirt, something from the House of Mouse. I don't know if you remember House of Mouse. It was a show on Disney
Yeah.
Channel that had like every Disney character imaginable. So many licenses. If they can get the House of Mouse license, I loved House of Mouse growing up. That was so I would love to see a shirt like that. But so when I saw Citizens of Townville, I was like, I immediately knew. I'm like, oh, that's my shirt. That's the John shirt. That's the one that I would pick for myself. I would a solid drop though all around. Nothing bad here. I think if you're a fan of the Powerpuff Girls, you're going to be satisfied. But Citizens of Townville is where it's at for me. Did you pick up anything from this drop?
I didn't pick up anything from this drop, but I am still thinking about it because the I Am Mojo Jojo shirt is actually really strong. I did enjoy the Citizens of Townsville. Of course, it's a Technicolor mess, and I know you love that.
Yes.
And it's really great. It's nice to see all the characters baked in there. I Am Mojo Jojo though stood out to me as a really good shirt, not just because of the character Mojo, but if you look at closely, there's a bunch of different battles and fights that he's actually having with the Powerpuff Girls on the shirt. And there's a lot of action lines and stuff like that. So it's a little more subtle, something you could wear to work. And then when people like actually invest a little bit and they go, oh, look at that. It looks like different little frames of animation. So really, really enjoyed that one. Echo your comments about the dad hats, the PPG hat that had the girls on it, or the Mojo Jojo hat, both really good. All told, because this is the first drop of the year, I got to say we're starting off 2025 in a strong fashion, John.
I will say I want to just touch this on the PPG hat. I love on the inside of the hat we have the different colors across the straps. I don't know if you took notice on that.
I did.
And this is just what I love. And I one thing that I absolutely love, and I'm seeing this less and less with other brands, but I'm really happy that Roosevelt's does this, is that if you zoom in, you can notice that the image of the Powerpuff Girls is embroidered. It's not ironed on. And I love embroidery. I always think embroidery is the way to go. In terms of, and that's part of the reason why I love the Roosevelt hats so much, is that they're all embroidered. And so I love the color. I love the interior colors on this, even though nobody's going to see that, but I absolutely love the embroidery.
You were talking about the interior covers for the seams. Basically, what you're talking about in the dad hat, those things actually protect the seams that keep the hat together, because a dad hat is assembled in 6 different pieces. And one of the things that's iconic about the Powerpuff Girls is that when they fly, they leave a colored streak. And in that picture of the link that I just sent you, you can see the girls are all coming up, and there's a green, a pink, and a blue kind of streak. The using those covers inside of the dad hat, it's like the blue streak of each of the Powerpuff Girls kind of mapping across the inside of the hat. It's just such a really cool, subtle decision. It fits perfectly with the construction of the hat, but it's also a really great echo back to something specifically about the property. So I thought that hat alone wins just because of that little detail and the fact that they put that much time and effort. And as you said, that fact that that's embroidered and that it's not just patched on means it's going to last a long time. Great set of hats there. I'm really, really pleased with those.
Absolutely. I'm really, really pleased with this drop. They did a good job.
Cool.
And it's exciting to see what kind of Cartoon Network stuff we get out of this. We had
Yeah.
Adventure Time, we have Powerpuff Girls. It's exciting to see what other licenses we get. I see a lot of people hoping for Johnny Bravo. Were you a Johnny Bravo guy?
Johnny Bravo. Yeah, Johnny Bravo is awesome. He's really fun. Very cool character. Samurai Jack would be another one that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, I watched a lot of Cartoon Network, dude. So I don't know. It's definitely any of those characters are going to be fun. However, I watched a lot of Nick too. One fine day there was a wolf and a purr. I can't remember the rest of the. Did you know the cat dog? Cat
The cat dog
dog.
thief dog.
Ain't nothing in the
Yeah.
world but a little cat dog. Anyways, I had a lot of those theme songs memorized. Uh, Speaking of which, tomorrow we won't be able to talk about this till the next episode, but Spider-Man is actually getting a drop, and this seems like it's coinciding with the new animated series that's coming out on Disney Plus at the end of January 29th, from the producers of X-Men 97. The same animation team is bringing us a new Spider-Man, so we're going to get a cool Spider-Man drop, and I'm pretty excited about that. Are you a big Spider-Man guy?
Oh, definitely love Spider-Man, man. I mean, that was like Spider-Man was like my first adventure into superheroes when I was a kid. Growing up, like, the Tobey Maguire movies came out, and
Yeah.
that kind of kicked it off for me in terms of superhero movies. So always a Marvel guy, and um, definitely happy to see what Roosevelt's comes out with tomorrow for the Spider-Man drop. And yeah, I mean, we've seen some Spider-Man shirts before, and this new artistic style from the show is gonna kind of move on to these shirts, and I'm excited to see what happens with it. Should be good.
Awesome. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. All right, John, it's time to shift gears and do the thing. We've talked a lot about the top 24 of 2024. People have been listening, they've been waiting. Before we dive into this, though, I do want to send a shout out to one of our most loyal and active listeners, Ron Depoti. Ron, we know that you got some bad news today and a couple of setbacks, and just want to let you know that we've got your back. We're here to kind of support you through a difficult journey. And we want to send our best wishes to you and our thoughts and prayers, and hope for you to have a really speedy recovery. So we're thinking of you, Ron. Thank you for always being such an awesome listener, reaching out, dropping comments, and just being here as part of the community. You're one of the people that we do this for. So just want to let you know our thoughts are with you and hope you're feeling better soon.
100%. Absolutely love Ron to pieces. So blessed that he was able to join us on our last episode when we did the our goodbye to 2024, and we had a bunch of amazing listeners come in and film a little segment. But I actually just got a package from Ron Depoti maybe 2 or 3 days
Really?
ago. I did, yes, and he super sweet. He sent me a really nice message, just saying I can actually read it right now.
John's leafing through his long list of nice messages from listeners. He's got so many that he's got to
I get
search.
so every day. Actually, it's funny, Gabe. It's funny because while recording this, I don't typically share these things, but Gabe just texted me 10 minutes ago. Gabriel Castellanos, another amazing insider, he
Yep.
just texted me. He's like, and he sends me these things all the time. He's like, reminder: you're a king, you're the goat, and you're my honey, and you're tight as fuck. Remember that. Just completely
Nice.
random. Like,
I love it. I love
I
the
love it.
positivity of that message.
Gabe's
Great job, Gabe.
Gabe's the Gabe's the goat. But I just got a package from Ron Depoti. He wrote a very nice message. He also sent me a Bomb Pops Christmas ornament. So it's the
Nice.
popsicle
Nice.
stick Christmas ornament in honor of Steve, of course. And he wrote, John, didn't know if you got one of these and wanted to make sure that you did. Thanks for all you do and the positivity you spread. Love the pod. Have a happy new year, Ron Depoti. So, Ron, thank you so much
What a
for
nice
you.
guy.
And we are praying for you, and we love you, and we are here with you, my friend.
Awesome. Well, Ron, in your honor, we're going to move on to the top 24 of 2024. So let's talk a little bit about how we're going to handle this, John. 24 items, it's a long list. We're not exactly going to go through one at a time. We'll be here forever. So what we're going to do is we'll do a couple of batches and talk about the contents of those batches. And then when we get down to the top 10, we'll move shirt by shirt or item by item and make sure we give each one of them just a little bit of a nod. This was a really hard process, John. The way that we came to this final list, we draft. You and I each made our list of the best shirts that we thought. Then we drafted from each other's list down to 24. Then we had to actually think about and sort a lot of these things together. And that was really challenging. I mean, we put a lot of effort into this list. So if you hate it, it's your problem. This is our list of the top 24 of 2024.
Dustin and I, we painstakingly, talked about this for a long time, and we had a lot of opinions and a lot of things that we felt like had to be on here, and we fought each other on certain things. I mean, we were even angry at each other, like, how could you add this and how could you not add this? And it actually almost blew up the podcast, truth be told, but we were able to reach an agreement. And we went with whatever Dustin wanted. So I'm playing.
Hardly.
No. We came to we sat down. We came to an agreement. We settled it like men, and then we drank over
like
it.
Men.
And now we're here, and we came together with a list that we can agree upon. And we know not everybody's going to agree with us. We know there's going to be a lot of people being like, how did this not make the top 10? How did this not even make the list? How did this not even make the top 24 of 24? But we, sacrifices had to be made. And
sacrifices were made.
Dustin's laughing because I'm making too much out of this. But this was a serious... This is a serious thing.
We put a lot of effort into it, but this is our opinion. And, you're here to listen to our opinion. If you want your opinion on the show, send it to wearablefandom@gmail.com. We will read it on the air. We're going to introduce our first chunk here. This is number 24 to 19. John, do you want to go ahead and walk us through 24 and 19 and say just a couple of words about each of these items?
Sure. All right. So starting it off at number 24, the last one on our list, it is the Chewy but the dog bandana.
Yes.
We were super happy that our furry friends can finally join in with us on the Roosevelts. And this is notably the same design that came out with the performance hoodie recently dropped. And so really happy that our furry friends can now join us. And so it felt wrong not including a dog bandana on this list, just simply for that fact. Next on our list, our friends over at See Nobody Cares, Ollie's wallpaper. We were really happy that one of our own got his own shirt based on his incredible wallpaper. And once again, we felt like it would be wrong to not include that on this list. It is a great shirt. It gives total Epcot vibes. And so we were really, really happy to include that one on our list. Coming in at number 23, it is Little Kunu. That is right. This was the Mosh Isley exclusive from MegaCon early in 2024, where Dustin and I met. Little Kunu has such significance to us. Number one, it was at the con that where we first met. It was the one that started it all for us. And so that alone, makes it have a spot on it. But also MegaCon is also the spot where a lot of us saw Steve Gebhard for the last time. And Steve loved Little Kunu. He was a true believer in Little Kunu, and he was really excited to show off this shirt. And so we felt like it was appropriate to put this one on, just for that alone. But it's a shirt that we both own, and we keep near and dear to our hearts due to that. Next one coming up at 21, it is South Pacific, and this makes a great vacation cruise shirt, filled with cabanas and cocktails. And this is just, we thought this was a really nice, cool, fun design, and one of the best ones that came out in 2024. Coming in at number 20, it is the Halloween Drop Zone Shop Till You Drop. Quite literally, having that shirt is absolutely epic. The amount of little quotes and little jokes and whatnot that kind of called us insiders out was kind of fun to see. And honestly, one of the first drop zones that kind of sold out when we were kind of in a lull. If you remember before this, we kind of had a a few drop zones that didn't exactly please everybody. And this is the one that kind of brought us back. And then after Shop Till You Drop, it was just banger, 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 banger. And
Yeah.
so Shop Till You Drop, kind of brought us back a little bit. And we really enjoyed it. We love the references. And it is a true insider shirt. And coming in at number 19, the last one that I'm doing for right now, it is our adventure book from Up. If you are able to sit through the first 10 minutes of Up and not cry, you're AI. You're not a human. So we Up is definitely a special movie to us, and we truly enjoyed it. And having those little moments of Carl and Ellie together spread out is a great shirt. And whenever one of us wear that shirt, we get lots of compliments and people want to look at all the pictures and whatnot. And so whenever I see this shirt, I really love it. And I had been waiting for an up drop for quite some time. And so this was the best one of that collection. And we felt like it was appropriate to add onto the top 24 or 24. Dustin, do you want to bring us from number 18 to number 14?
Yes, I'm happy to do that. Coming in at number 18 is Headless Havoc. Headless Havoc is a Sleepy Hollow shirt. Last year was, I think, the 75th anniversary of Sleepy Hollow. Very big anniversary. We saw it celebrated heavily at D23. Headless Havoc was a really awesome painterly style shirt and was an awesome addition to the overall Sleepy Hollow merch that was available. Coming in at 17, Mall Markings. This was released just before we got to San Diego Comic-Con. We got to see it there, and it's just a really bright red, powerful shirt, really emblematic of the Mall character, but also very wearable. It's the kind of shirt that, if you're into red shirts and you can rock those, it's a perfect shirt for folks. Coming in at number 16 from the Batman the Animated Series drop, I Am the Knight. This was the full panel shirt showing Batman, but it's composed of individual screens and images directly from the cartoon. It's kind of like an entire cartoon across your chest. Beautiful kind of combination of design, both near and far. Fantastic option. At number 15, we've got canned cranberry sauce, which was a drop zone. Finally, we have a shirt befitting of Thanksgiving. In fact, some would argue this is the first real Thanksgiving shirt. So flying canned cranberry, it's obviously an echo back to Andy Warhol and his Campbell soup can, and canned cranberry sauce. Great looking shirt, very colorful, very fun. You're going to get comments if you wear that to the dinner table. And then coming in at 14, the last one of my chunk for right now, the Peanuts drop, the Flying Ace, the shirt I'm wearing right now. This was a fantastic shirt. We were very excited to see Peanuts coming in. We got Peanuts for Christmas, but the Flying Ace was an outstanding shirt. This design also made it into a performance hoodie. It's just a great and easy to wear in all seasons, not just for holidays. The Flying Ace was fantastic. And now we're going to move on from 13 to 11. John, I'm going to turn it back over to you before we hit the top 10. Go for it.
Coming in at number 13, this is going to be a controversial one, but I don't care. This is not a shirt. This is pins and patches, which has been a true addition into the Roosevelt's community. We now have something else fun to trade and sell and buy and go crazy out of.
Yeah.
Coming to these conventions now, and we don't just have the shirts to talk about. Now we have pins, and pins are now sold in blind bags exclusively at conventions. You cannot buy these on the website, and people are going and they're buying. Some people are buying crazy amounts of pins. I have watched some people, I will not name names, but buy hundreds of pins, and they are going crazy for it. And I love the pins. I love the pin aspect of Roosevelt's, and being able to trade and being able to help one another, get pins that they're looking for. And it's also just been a fun reminder that, not everything is for you. And sometimes we look at some of these shirts and we say, oh, that's a shirt that I would never wear. But then I'll see somebody on Insider's post and be like, oh my God, I've been looking for this kind of shirt my whole life. It's the same thing with the pins. There are certain pins that I absolutely love and I absolutely adore. And frankly, just from a personal level, I each pin is individually numbered, and they're in different sets. One of 1,000, one of 500, one of 250, one of 50. So on and so forth. And I really don't. I know there's a certain rarity aspect of it, but on a personal level, I really don't care about any of that. I'm just looking for designs that I love, and if my favorite design's a 1 out of 1,000, so be it. So pins, I love the new aspect of Roosevelt's meetups and rip parties, and all of us sitting around dinner and just going around, everyone opening up their packs and whatnot and trading, and it's such a good time. The same thing with patches. The Denim Dan jacket came out a couple of months ago. We saw it originally debut at San Diego Comic-Con, and was that San Diego? Am I right on that?
It
Because you were
was
there,
it was
right?
presented at San Diego. It was on the wall at
Correct.
San
Present.
Diego. They
It
hadn't
was on the
announced
wall.
it.
It was not
We didn't know.
right. But we got a tease, and we saw all the pins on it. And then at New York Comic Con, we came in and we saw everybody wearing a Denim Dan jacket, and we knew it was only a matter of time. And about a week later, the Denim Dan jacket was released with 5 exclusive patches per jacket. You didn't know what patches you were going to get, and that was just another fun aspect. And now we have people trading patches and whatnot, and it's become a fun thing to see how people are designing their jackets with their pins and their patches. So we couldn't not put pins and patches on the list. Coming in at number 12, if you're going to have pins and patches, what are you going to put them on? It is the Denim Dan jacket. As we just said, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but the Denim Dan jacket just came out, and we love it. And it's been so much fun seeing the originality and the creativity of insiders on how they design it with their pins and patches and whatever else they're doing with it. And I am definitely excited to see what's in store for Denim Dan down the line and how we keep being more creative. And it's been a fun new addition, a blank canvas, if you will, to let people explore the creativity. The second that I saw the Denim Dan jacket, I was like, I'm buying it. I'm buying it. I don't care. Coming in at number 11, we have Trappenlock, and that is going to be the Transformers floral.
Yes.
This is a shirt that on first notice just looks like a regular floral shirt, but as one of those really cool shirts that you really need to examine the design on, we need to get close to it and take a look, and you will see these Transformers going all throughout the shirt, and you're like, oh my god, this is not a regular floral. This is not a vacation shirt. I mean, it is a great vacation shirt, but this right here is a Transformers shirt. This is so you kind of get away with both, and you kind of really need to look deep into it. And so it's such a great design because it's just not apparent on first look. And so we both really enjoyed that design, and we felt like it deserved a spot on the top 24 of 24. Now, ooh, baby, we're here for the moment y'all been waiting for, the top 10 of the top 24 of 24. I cannot wait to hear the comments on this list because this is what people have been waiting for. And like I said, it was tough.
We did our best. So let's go ahead and unveil. I'll start off here. And at number 10, we have Steve Pops and Freedom. And this was one of the shirts from the Gebhardt collection. It's shows the Gebhardt S with an American flag, kind of like color, red, white, and blue on a stick. So it's actually like it's a bomb pop, but with an S. And really important shirt for the community this year with the loss of Steve, and a great way to remember him. Steve Pops and Freedom was just an outstanding shirt to start us off at number 10.
Special. All right, coming in at number 9, we have the Shop Disney exclusive. It is the Star Wars Tulips shirt.
Yeah,
this
baby.
This is the one that features the Stormtrooper helmet, kind of it's like a geometric design that kind of looks a little bit like a floral, kind of like a tulip, and this is just one of those great designs that we mentioned before that it kind of takes a few minutes to take a look and realize what you're actually wearing. And we just thought this was a really good, great design that special. Yeah, people gravitated towards immediately. So True Lips definitely deserved a spot for us on the top 24 of 24. Just a really great Stormtrooper shirt that was different. We've gotten a lot of Star Wars shirts that come out over the years, and this one kind of took it up a notch. This was a really nice, classy design.
Tulips is one of my regular wears, and I can wear it anywhere. And it just gives you more. The more you look at it, the closer you look at the design, the more it gives back to you. So great design. Okay, then let's move on to number 8. And at number 8, it's amazing because we're back at New Orleans Fan Expo. This is the French Quarter. And the French Quarter is a color scheme that I haven't seen used before. It's a lot of pastels. It's iron gates, fleur de lis. It really captures a lot of the wrought iron gates and things that are emblematic of the New Orleans scene and the New Orleans locale, and really just kind of brings it to bear in one just amazing and beautiful shirt. You wear that shirt, you're getting a lot of compliments. We talked earlier about how New Orleans has gotten a lot of great shirts, and this one was one of the hardest to find last year and consistently something that people were chasing after. So the French Quarter in at number 8.
And coming in at number 7, we have from the Stranger Things, RUN, also known as Run.
Yes.
This right here is a beautiful shirt. I will admit, when I saw the pictures of it online when it first dropped, it didn't really do much for me. But then as people started getting the shirt and they were posting pictures of it on Insiders, and I just got to see somebody wear it, people that we know and everything. I was like, holy crap, that is a beautiful shirt. And this one sold out, baby. This one sold out in all sizes.
Yeah.
This is straight from the Stranger Things. This right here has the it is a floral shirt that kind of has the wallpaper look from the Stranger Things show from the buyer's living room. It has these demogorgons throughout the shirt to make it look kind of like a floral, but once you really take a look at it, you realize what it actually is. The same thing that we were talking about with Tulips. And seeing this shirt in person and on I post on Insiders, I was like, I was gonna go buy one for myself, and then I couldn't. It was gone. And so this was a truly beautiful shirt, and I really, really, really liked it. I thought they did. This was a knockout of the park. In terms of licensed shirts, this is one of the best licensed shirts that Roosevelt's has ever come out with.
Strong praise for a strong shirt. Coming in at number 6, we have from the summer collection, Tropical Shade. Tropical Shade is a really nice shirt with light red, bright white and blue. It's a different floral from the serious florals that we've seen in the past, but it's actually a stronger floral. It's one of the better looking floral designs. In fact, I wish that the Series 3 florals were using Tropical Shade as a baseline, because that would make for a much better look. Tropical Shade gets a lot of compliments everywhere it goes, and a fantastic shirt at number 6.
Number 5. We were in the top 5. Can't believe it.
Amazing.
This is what I'll say about number 5 before I even tell you what it is. I on a personal level, Dustin, I try to live my life with no regrets. I try to be the best person I can be. I try to do things that I want to do because I want to live the best life I can. And I don't live life with many regrets. I have some, and number 5 is one of my biggest regrets in my entire life. Not
Whoa.
asking you, because you were there. You were there. You could have gotten me one. And maybe I was just broke or something, or I don't know. I didn't ask you to pick it up. I didn't ask anyone to pick it up for me. And then I sit back and I see this shirt. I see it at conventions. And oh, it kills me. It kills me. If there was a shirt that I was hoping to get in my Black Pearl box that other than my Trippy Tee, because that's the number one, it was this shirt. And so I'm God, I hate myself for not getting this shirt because it's that nice. It is the San Diego Floral City, which I don't know. I love this shirt, especially seeing it in person. That is a beautiful, beautiful shirt. Seeing this shirt, the color scheme, this was special. I regret not getting this shirt so much. Um, if anyone has one in a 3-week, please reach out to me, because I don't want to live the rest of 2025 not having this shirt.
Wow.
So strong praise for this shirt. Strong praise. Perfect color scheme. One of the best florals. We've had a lot of florals on this list.
Yep.
Now that I'm doing that, this has been probably my favorite floral of the year, and I just regret it so much.
Wow. A lot of remorse here expressed in the name of the San Diego Floral City. When I was looking at this shirt on the website before when they were announcing it, I was like, oh, it's pretty good. Once you see it though, that the pink and the green, they just like pop out so well. It's not a good color for me with my skin tone, but I do love the design and I have a lot of admiration for it. You're right that we've got a lot of floral style shirts on here, but in terms of actual exclusive florals, this is, I think, the only one. I guess we'll have to see what the remaining ones are, but this is certainly the best of the florals. There were a lot of really great color schemes last year, but this one stood head and shoulders above them all. So I think it's a great call. San Diego Floral City in at number 5. All right, let's move on to Disney shirts, and this one is at number 4, Sketches in the Stars. Sketches in the Stars was immediately sold out after it dropped. It's a beautiful blueprint style shirt with an amazing backfield where you've got Sorcerer Mickey and the buckets. It's the story of Fantasia, but it's an incredible blue. They made a colorway for it at D23 that was red, but even that shirt can't stand up against this incredible navy blue backfield. I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful shirt. And so Sketches in the Stars at number 4 is a strong entry and just one of the best shirts, certainly one of the best shirts the D100 drops from last year. So good stuff. What did you think about Sketches in the Stars?
I absolutely love Sketches in the Stars. It was an immediate purchase for me when that dropped on the Roosevelt website. That was in the cart. Bam, let's go. I was not waiting on that one. I've worn this one a few times now at meetups and just out and about, and I always get plenty of compliments on it. We've also seen a hoodie teased for this design, and I really, really, really hope that comes to fruition, because I love my hoodies. I really do. But Sketches in the Star is just a phenomenal design. And if you remember correctly, this was the shirt that was teased at the end of the 4th drop of the Disney 100 collection when they did that live stream.
Oh, with Mr. Morrow.
At the end of with Mr. Morrow, right, live in Hoboken. Yeah. They did a live stream where they teased the 4th collection of the Disney 100 stuff. And then at the end, they were sly, they kind of moved the camera back and they put it on this shirt, and insiders broke. Insiders went nuts. They're like, what is that? Hey, they're like, what is that? Forget about everything you just showed me and sold me. Yep. What's that one? Hey, if there's one thing Roosevelt knows how to do, it's to get our money gone from our wallet. A bunch of us just spent a ton of money on the Disney season 4 collection, and we didn't even care. We wanted the one shirt they teased. And that's how good Sketches in the Stars was. They knew exactly what they were doing, and that's always such a great memory to me. My phone was blowing up. What is that? What are they showing right now? What is that? And it was just such a sly move, and I'll never forget it.
That's great. That's great. All right, let's move on to number 3, John.
Number 3. This is a special shirt. This right here is a truly this is probably the most meaningful shirt on this list. And we knew from the get-go when we were just coming up with our list that this shirt had to be on there, and we agreed immediately it had to be in the top 5. And this shirt, if you have this shirt, it means something to you. Simple as that. And that shirt, of course, is Steve's Little Things. The the shirt that was given away at the Hoboken meetup this past year, and it simply features all of the owner Steve Gebhardt's favorite things on the shirt. You got some kicks on there. You got drinks. You got this, which is like a slogan he would say all the time. Um, there was Long Island iced teas. There was bomb pops on there. There was the Steve thumbs up logo. There was special hat that's got like the necktie. I don't know the name of it, but there's a famous photo of Steve wearing it. There was French onion soup. There was Legends Never Die on it. This was, I mean, they clearly went all out on the design for this. It really has a really nice background to it as well. Reminds me of the New York Comic Con Mosh Isley exclusive in that essence. But if you own this shirt, you own it because whether you met Steve, you knew about Steve, or you're just grateful for the community that him and John built, that brings you to all these amazing shirts and all these amazing people. Steve Little Things meant something to you. In fact, we even got that special Legends Never Die tag on the shirt. Steve's Little Things is a shirt that will never leave me for all the money in the world, because it just means that much to me. So that was such an easy pick for both of us. It is truly one special design, and it just means so much, not only from a design aspect, from just the meaningful aspect of just how much we miss Steve. It was an easy pick. It was. Any comments on Steve Little Things?
No, I mean, I think you nailed it there, and it's really. When I wear that shirt, I definitely think about what limited exposure to Steve that I had, but how impactful those few interactions were. And I agree with you. It's a very special shirt, and I think it certainly deserves to be here in the top 24 at number 3. All right. Well, let's move on to number 2. And number 2 is another special shirt for a bunch of reasons as well. But It is Scream Me Up. It's a bunch of really fun UFOs beaming and zapping people and other things, cows, and essentially screaming them up into the ship to take off for alien abduction. The design of the shirt is a lot of fun. It's definitely a head turner. It's one of those shirts that you've got to take a look at, but quite a great color, quite a great design, and certainly a shirt that turns heads. So for me, Scream Me Up at number 2. What's your thoughts there?
Love Scream Me Up. Definitely an exciting shirt, And once again, this is a special shirt. Once again, with Steve. Steve teased this shirt a couple of times at conventions and whatnot, and he was very hush hush. Roosevelt's will sometimes leak things out and talk about this thing. And when it came to this shirt, I don't know why, he was very hush hush about it. Very like, oh, you'll see maybe one day. He didn't really give any explanation as to when or if we would see it at all. And then one popped up at New York Comic Con at the Outpost. I'm sorry, my dog Mickey. He wanted some attention. I apologize.
Hi, Mickey.
Yeah, he sometimes needs attention. I apologize. He also likes Scream Me Up. He wanted one for himself, honestly, but he was a little slow on the drop, and he missed out in his size, unfortunately. But
win.
There you go. Yeah. So Scream Me Up is very special in that essence. I think it's a great design. I'm a sucker for purple, as we always say. I'm a sucker for purple, so any purple shirt in general is going to get it from me. But truly a great, fun design. It was just, this reminded me of something, and the other one wants to join too. This reminded me of just something fun that this had no license attached to it. This was just something fun that they came up with. And honestly, I wish, with all the drone activity and everything going on in New Jersey right now, I kind of wish they released it now. That would be the more appropriate timing for it. But it was a great shirt, and it was very fun to figure out when this would come out. And one showed up at the New York Comic Con Outpost, and people were going crazy about it. People were very jealous on the insider who got that. Because they just wanted that shirt. We didn't know if we were even going to get it. They wouldn't even confirm that was going to come out. So that is definitely a special shirt.
Yeah. Love it. Are you ready?
We
Now
made
we're
it.
down to number one, John.
I was going to say we could probably say this together.
Yes, exactly my thoughts. Exactly, right? So I'm gonna count down from three. When you see no fingers, that's when we say it, okay?
Okay.
Three. That's
Run!
right. The number one shirt of 2024 is from the Muppets drop, and that is Animal showing up with his drum kit. And this shirt is one of my very favorites of the year. In fact, it is our favorite shirt of the year. Fantastic design, fantastic color. Comes as a tux, had a matching hat with a killer lid underneath. In fact, I should have worn that hat tonight. What an
You should. It
amazing drop.
would have been a little teaser. Would have been a little,
Would have been a great
I mean,
teaser.
it's been in front of your face. Actually, can we re-record the whole podcast? And you do, guys, that was such a good idea.
No,
Let's
no,
just
no,
stop right now. Let's
we're in
re-record
an
the whole
hour already.
podcast
We're
right
not
then.
doing
I don't
that.
mind.
I know, but no, raw. I mean, first of all, if you'll remember, one of the earliest things that we were guessing at was whether or not there'd be a Muppet drop. That wasn't even a given. And then we got the Jim Henson
No.
stuff that came out a little bit, and that was kind of fun. Had like the Fraggle Rock kind of things, and some of the Henson artwork. But then we got a legitimate Muppets drop that came out in the late summer, and it was a fantastic drop. And you'll remember there were a lot of really great shirts. There were some great Kermits. There was Posh Piggy, but nothing held a candle to the animal shirt. The animal shirt and that design was just head and shoulders the best of the Muppets. One of the most anticipated releases of the year, and man, I just can't say enough about how much I love that design, John.
Sometimes, when there's a lot of hype around a certain release or a certain license that, we're hoping that we get and whatnot, sometimes you feel let down. Like, I'll be honest, I'll be truthful right now. When the Marvel drop first hit, there was a lot of things that I was hoping to see. And when we got the first generation Marvel license, I was a little let down. There was a lot of hype, and I was hoping for some things, and I was a little let down. Be honest with you.
Mm.
So and that was kind of my fear at Muppets as well. I really wanted a Muppet drop, and there was a lot of things I wanted to see, and I was afraid of being let down. But I had my hopes up so dang high that, like, oh god, like this would be cool, that would be cool. Like, what are they going to do? What is it going to look like? And then, first of all, the Muppets drop did not disappoint at all. The Muppets drop as a whole did not disappoint. Um, and I think the only disappointment was we didn't get it at D23. You were so hoping that we would get a Muppets drop at D23, and
Yes.
you had said that so many times. Like that's my prediction. That's what we're doing. And you had been saying that from the beginning of this podcast, and I was rooting for you. I was really hoping that we would, like, if we scored that prediction, like that would have been amazing. Um,
Yeah.
but the Muppet Shop as a whole was a great drop. But Raw just knocked it out of the park with a full tux, baby. I mean, it's a phenomenal shirt. It's one that gets tons of compliments, and it is just this was a this was really good. I mean, they really, it's not even that totally complicated. It's not even a totally complicated design, but it is just such a fun, great design that I am so blessed that we have. And just good on Roosevelt's, man. Like they heard what we wanted, they figured out what we wanted, and they made it happen. And I am I am definitely really happy that we have Raw, and it undoubtedly deserves the number one spot on our list.
Awesome. Well, there you have it, friends. The top 24 of 2024 from Where Mighty Things. We're really happy to bring that to you. Let us know. What did you think? What was your number one shirt? Did we get it wrong? Did we get it right? We, of course, will assume that we got it right unless we hear from you. So drop us a line, wearablefandom@gmail.com. And we're running a little bit long this time, but so we're going to quickly sign off. John, anything to shout out or say before we close up?
Oh man, just I'm glad we're in a new era. We're in the 2025 era, and I'm really looking forward to seeing so many of you at some upcoming conventions and meetups and whatnot. A goal of mine for 2025 is to make more meetups than I made last year, and to see as many of you as possible. And it is always so much fun, getting to hear from the listeners and getting to hear from people who love our show. So, if you have if you have something that you love about the show or hate about the show, reach out to either one of us, because we read it everything. We read all the comments, we read the likes, we read anything that you send to us or message us or whatnot. We read it all, we take it into consideration. And so just blessed that all of you guys are here with us and listening with us. And I really hope to see all of you guys really soon. Dustin, you?
I'm going to ditto down on that. It's a new year. We're back. We're ready to go. And we can't wait to see you guys. We'll look forward to seeing you at some live events later this year. We'll see you on the Roosevelt Insiders Cruise, which is not so many months away. Very excited. It's going to be a fantastic 2025. We got the dogs.
We got the dogs, baby. We got the dogs.
We got the dogs.
They're saying feed us. They're saying feed us.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll let Daddy get back to them. All right. Well, that's it for the first time in 2025. Until next time, wear mighty things. So long, everybody.
So long. Bye-bye.